Hey everybody, welcome to News to the Science, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I am back from vacation. I took a little mini vacation. I just needed some time off away from town. I just had to get out of town. I haven't been out of town in quite some time. But anyways, with all that being said, guys, I actually, over the 3 days that I took off, the new Marvel's Avengers MODOK threat trailer came out, and also the War Table trailer came out. And I kind of figured I'd do a video on this because I wasn't able to do it while I was gone. I've already seen the War Table trailer and the MODOK threat trailer like about a couple times now just to get used to it, because honestly, for the first bit, like at least for the longest, I have not been exactly optimistic for this game. I've made videos where I explained why I wasn't excited for it. I went over how like there is some frame rate drops and the game kind of looks sluggish and everything like that. And I feel like some people took that in a negative way. But after watching these videos a few times and kind of getting used to it, it's actually shifted my opinion and leaning towards like the more optimistic side. I am going to be buying this game. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get it twisted. I will be buying this game to try it out, obviously, to get a better perspective, to get a better impression, and to formulate a much better, I guess, a valid opinion, because apparently opinions are just not good enough these days. So let's go over the Marvel's Avengers trailers and the co-op gameplay and the War Table. I'm only going to be going through different parts that really intrigued me, and also some parts that I'm going to go ahead and critique. And if you guys want to watch the full trailers, I'll leave a link down in the description box below where you can check them out yourself, and you guys can go ahead and formulate your opinion. And if you want, you can come back to the comment section in this video and talk about what you're most excited about and what you think could be done better and what you're looking forward to. So without further ado, guys, let's not babble anymore, and let's go ahead and take a look at these trailers and just go over the video. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit. Obviously, we're here with the Marvel logo, starting off classic. I love how that's like a staple in Marvel content. So we've seen this already before. We see that the story kind of centers around Kamala Khan. Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix.
If I could instill rules, the proper boundaries, I could harness the raw power of that beast. A few months later, while hunting, the adolescent cub turned on me.
Let's make it full screen.
Fixing the damage the Avengers did all those years ago. Inhumans are sick.
So this story also centers around Inhumans, and we finally got a reveal of the main villain of this game, which is MODOK.
Come on, Kamala. Let AIM help you.
And AIM is involved as well. It's pretty exciting, though. We hardly ever get to see AIM in any Marvel games, and until now, that their actual focus. So it's pretty exciting.
Couldn't Mr. Stark help us with this?
Hi, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Kamala?
This better be good.
He totally locked Cap in the reactor room, and then he tried to jack the Chimera.
Son of a... Have you all completely lost your senses?
There's the Donald Blake
Where were you
costume.
while the world went to hell?
This is our fault.
It actually looks like Thor from the movies.
You really think the world is better without us?
But Donald Blake, for all you guys who don't know, or comic book fans, you know, non-comic book fans, Donald Blake is the alias that Thor takes in the comics.
This is exactly what Tarleton wants!
So the Avengers are getting pitted against each other. Tarleton really wants them to destroy themselves.
Against the unstoppable tide of progress, Avengers. Power cannot be controlled. It has to be destroyed. I will rid the Earth of superpowers. Even if it has to end with
And there's
me.
MODOK.
It's just got a whole lot weirder.
All right. So I'm definitely gonna get this game and play it. Now, say what you will about the graphics of this game or the gameplay or the frame rate. Yes, there is some issues that are a little bit iffy, but now I'm going to go to the Marvel War Table, Avengers War Table, extended gameplay, and go over that. But say that what you will about that. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that it was the live stream, because we're about to go to the live stream version of the gameplay. I'll give the benefit of the doubt that it's a live stream and not the actual frame rate of the game, because whenever you record something in a live stream, there tends to be some issues with frame rate drops. You know, the quality drops a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I'm still gonna give the benefit of the doubt. I'm still gonna buy this game. Don't you worry. Anyways, let's start with the Marvel Avengers War Table. I'm not gonna play the entire 25-minute clip. I'll have links to the trailer down below if you want to check that out. But let's go ahead and take a look. So I am pretty excited. The most I'm really excited about is the co-op aspect of this game. I am looking forward to playing with a few people on my live streams for this game. You know, save us the 2 minutes there. All right, it transitions here, and then we hear the guy speaking about this game. You know, breaking it down a little bit.
What's up, Marvel fans? My name's Casey Lynch, and I'm editorial director at Crystal Dynamics. Marvel's Avengers War Table is your direct source for all things Marvel's Avengers. We've got a great show lined up with new trailers, new details on one of our main villains, MODOK, and advanced idea mechanics. And we'll take a first look at co-op and war zones. If you've ever thought, what is this game?
All right, that's
or
good.
how
Let's
does it
go
work?
ahead and jump to like
Then
the character
this is the show
gameplay
for you.
right here.
Martin was behind the plot to discredit the Avengers, and she has proof.
All right.
As you pick up the trail of the long-disbanded Avengers, you'll advance the story of the single-player campaign, unlocking...
So one of the things that I like about this is that they're single-player campaign. That means that we are going to be able to spend a lot of time with the individual Avengers, and then they all come together as a whole, and we already know who they are because we've established their stories and their characters throughout the gameplay. So in my head, I was thinking, how can an Avengers game be made if we don't spend time with these characters? How will we learn to care about these characters if it's just a full-on Avengers gameplay, like game? If it's is it going to be just a beat 'em up mash and then move on to the next part of the story, and then a beat 'em up mash and then move on to the next part of the story, kind of like a raid or a farm, or kind of something like that? And I'm like thinking, oh, so that's how they're doing it. We're going to have individual gameplay campaigns with each Avenger, and then we'll get to understand them and care about them. So I'm starting to think that this game might be pretty long, like maybe 30 minutes. 30 hours, excuse me. 30 minutes.
More and more hero-specific missions. We know
So
you've been asking
hero-specific
for
missions.
new gameplay that's not from A-Day. We hear you. So here's a playthrough of part of a new Thor hero mission called Once and...
So let's go to the Thor hero
Is it
mission.
any coincidence that this attack comes on the very day that AIM is supposed to unveil their promising new Zapdoid program? Oh.
So far, I'm liking Thor's gameplay. Before, I did say that his gameplay looks a little clunky because of the way he moves. And what I mean by clunky is that it looks kind of like, it doesn't look smooth. That's what I mean by clunky. It looks kind of slow and sluggish. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, it looks better. They've made some improvements over time. It's all a matter of time. I understand the gameplay that we first saw early on, like a year ago or so, or was like beta gameplay. But with this, you can tell that some improvements have been made. It looks really good. And for the graphics, I mean, I understand this is current gen. It doesn't look as good as I want it to be, but it does still look decent. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks really good now. And there are rumors about this game being PlayStation 5 reverse compatible. So here we see Thor, and we're gonna see the other Avengers coming in to assist Thor in destroying these AIM machines. So the rest is just like Thor gameplay, and we kind of get the gist of it, how he moves. So let me just skip a little bit ahead, and we'll probably see some Thor and Hulk interaction. Okay, that looks a little bit blurry. Remember, at the time that this was uploaded, it was a live stream. So that's why you see some blurriness in this recorded gameplay. I love the movements. It's very reminiscent of him in the comics, the way he fights and moves. And also the MCU movies, not gonna lie. Whenever I see Thor like doing that, I think about the Marvel movies as well. Something tells me I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing as Thor because of his combos, his hammer toss. Kind of like how I did with God of War, when Kratos would throw his axe and then recall it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But I'm also looking forward to the co-op. And summoning lightning from the other realms. from the sky at least.
Good night, folks. Thor, update on those mechs. We're losing power fast.
They're sturdy. I'll give them that.
Wait a minute. That's Tarleton's endgame.
All right, so we see Iron Man here joining. Let's go on ahead.
The Chimera can't go down. Not again.
Let's go here towards like the
Mjolnir
end.
to pin enemies from a distance.
We learn about
bringing the
Mjolnir.
sky down on his foes. In addition to core combat moves, the God of Thunder has a wide variety of
So
skills
this is
to
cool.
unlock that give him access.
You can do some skill unlocks. This is kind of reminiscent of like Spider-Man, where he unlocks his skills, and
To
I like it.
classic moves. This is one of
So
our
you can
favorites,
customize
manual
your character.
targeting. We largely drew our influence from writer Jason Aaron's run on the Mighty Thor comic. Manual targeting allows you to quickly mark your enemies for bullseyes with Mjolnir, and one by one you can.
Now that's another good thing I appreciate. Like, this is something I really appreciate. So one of the few reasons why I wasn't really excited about this game in the first place is not only because of the way it looks and plays, but that's changed, by the way. My opinions has completely changed. Yes, opinions can change. They looks like they really did take the time and explore and really did some extensive research in the comics, and then they took the way the characters are drawn or the way they fight, and they implemented that in the game mechanics, and that's pretty cool. I gotta admit, it is really cool, and I'm glad actually that this game got delayed because of these reasons. You know, I'm pretty sure they're working out the bugs. They want to get everything right, and you know what? I'd rather wait, for an extensive amount of time for a good game than get a rushed out game. So I just want to throw my
You can mark them
few
and
cents
knock
in
them
there.
down as Mjolnir comes back to you. Follow that up with a powerful ground.
That looks
pound,
like fun.
And you've got a mighty combo.
Something tells me that's going to be very
Manual
satisfying
targeting
when
is
I
a
throw
great
Mjolnir
ranged
like
attack.
that.
But if up close and personal is more your style, go with the hammer spin.
The
Or
hammer spin
Mjolnir
looks like it's going to be a
Cyclone.
lot of fun too. There's the heroic moves.
Heroes have 3 special heroic moves: Assault, Ultimate, and
An
Support.
ultimate.
When designing our heroics, we started with the signature moves from the comics and movies that we've always wanted to play. The Assault heroic charges the fastest, and in some cases, you can store multiple charges to use strategically as a part of your combos. You can perform
Nice.
these after charging your heroic meters with normal attacks.
Hey,
For
that's
instance,
the World War Hulk.
Natasha's Assault heroic is Widow's Bite, which is an electroshock projectile move you might recognize. You can see Nat using it right here. Each hero
cool.
also has a unique support heroic.
All right, let's
that's
move to
designed
the,
everyone plays
play your own
differently.
way.
So we have melee,
Another
range,
cool thing is
aerial,
that
and ground combat
everybody's
skills
Iron Man, Hulk,
to tailor
Thor,
your
Black Widow, and
hero to
everything.
your
They're all different.
As your
So
heroes earn experience,
my
they
Thor
gain
or my
access
Hulk
to
or whatever
new
could be different
skills.
from yours,
Skill points allow you to
depending
unlock
on
new
how
moves,
we apply the
combos,
skills, the
and
moves, and
even
combos.
new versions of
So,
attacks.
that's pretty
As you build
exciting.
up your heroes, you begin to see how unlocking and mastering the separate core skills
It's a way to
offers
see
a ton of
which
depth and variety
version
on
of
its own
these Marvel
for every
characters are more
hero.
superior, mine or yours. You know,
And
So
that's
I can't
before
wait for
gear,
that.
Perks, artifacts, and any kind of later
course.
game progression. So why
now
is all
I
of
gotta
this
say,
important?
if this doesn't remind you of Destiny, I don't know what else does, but it does remind me of Destiny. At least this UI right here reminds me of Destiny gameplay, or when you're like upgrading gear and adding stuff. I mean, look, there's ranged gear that you can add on to like increase like the power and the proficiency of your character's attacks and everything like that. It reminds me of Destiny. I'm not saying that they're copying it, but it's like this UI is so reminiscent of like the Destiny UI, like when you're upgrading your characters in Destiny. I played the first Destiny, never played the second one. I'm just not into like the farming, raiding, like kind of games where like you're going like, you're looking for gear and you're just constantly doing the same thing over and over again, because it is time consuming. But the Avengers is an exception because this game has a story campaign. I'm not saying that Destiny doesn't have a story campaign. It does, but this one is with Marvel characters. And this won't only solely focus on it won't solely focus on this aspect. This is just an aspect of the game, but that's pretty much it. But other than that, I'm pretty sure there's a very cohesive, strong story behind this game, and that's what I'm really excited about.
Because it means your Thor will play differently than my Thor.
That's what
and
I was
my
talking
Hulk
about earlier.
Will play different than yours. Another
So
way
that's
to
cool that they
customize
went
your
to
heroes
that
is with gear.
extent
We've
to make the
previously
characters
talked about the
different
different rarities
in
and how
every
perks will give
player's
you powerful
version of the game.
modifiers for even more customization. Some perks apply special damage like plasma or gamma, or cause status effects like shrink, which will shrink enemies and reduce damage and defense. You can see
That's
Iron
cool.
Man using gamma gear.
That looks very
in this
familiar,
shot,
doesn't
and
it?
eagle-eyed fans probably noticed his laser sweep was green instead of red. Nope, that wasn't a bug. When you have gamma gear equipped, it grants a bonus damage modifier and changes the emissive color of your attack. And voila, green lasers. We know that if you look good, you'll play good. The Crystal team has really enjoyed creating all new outfits for these
go
heroes.
up ahead right over here.
And drawing from Marvel's.
Let's go over here. So we're pretty much seeing gameplay of all the Avengers in this game.
We gotta get this bird in the air before AIM comes looking for us.
What I do like is about this game is that
Jarvis is unencrypting the schematics, and we'll get our tech heads on
the
new
fights
gear
and
ASAP.
everything, the battle sequences, the co-op, it looks like a big splash. Like, it's very splashy, it's big, it's messy, kind of like a comic, like a splash panel in a comic book. And I know that's the point, but like, I like that. It looks really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of DC Heroes Online, DC Universe Heroes Online. So, and a little bit of Destiny. There's also treasure chests that you can find. You can probably find some new gear to upgrade your character. Wow. I forgot about that.
You want to see powers? Here we go.
Time for heroes is over.
You don't get to decide who lives or dies!
Hey! Where did this thing come from?
Cool. So they got the Hulkbuster armor there.
So far, we've talked about the story, hero missions, and customization. Now, let's talk about war zones.
So let's jump into the war zones.
Of research. War zones range from wide open spaces designed for exploration and team traversal to dense interiors with a variety of objective-based challenges, boss fights, and rewards. Here's a mission we saw in the co-op trailer called To Tame a Titan.
You know that in order to like upgrade our characters like gear and strength and power and everything and the proficiency, we're going to be doing a lot of like Warzone farming, I guess I'd like to call it. So there's that. You can play through the story campaign and still upgrade your character, but if you want in the middle of it, like of all of it, you can still, you know, do the Warzone campaigns. And I'm starting to think I'm like leaning towards it being optional, but I would say, why wouldn't you want to do it? So that's pretty cool.
We can see some team play. There's this cool shot of Iron Man, but you may have missed Kamala and Hulk performing a team finisher on that poor guy back there. When you max out some larger enemies' stun meter, two heroes can come together to perform a team finisher, which gives you a chance to take them down much faster. Teamwork makes the dream work. Living the hero life is all about growth, getting stronger and better equipped to play smarter, and there are plenty of upgrades to help you do just that. As you progress through the campaign, you'll also be rebuilding and upgrading the Chimera, your helicarrier, which is your own flying base.
Nice.
The Resistance is a group who have banded together in the 5 years since A-Day.
This reminds me of Destiny right here.
Some are inhuman and have powers. Some are former SHIELD agents who refuse to pledge allegiance to AIM, and some just want to help.
What is this place?
We call it the Anthill. Not my idea.
You'll join their cause in the field by working directly with factions like the Inhuman Alliance and SHIELD agents Dum Dum Dugan, Nick Fury,
and Maria
Earning
Hill.
faction reputation will give you access to new challenges,
Hey, Avengers. Hill has something she needs your help with.
new vendors, and more powerful items.
This is pretty cool.
There will always be new threats on the horizon, so you want to ensure your Avengers are ready for anything. We've talked about a lot. I want to give a big shout out to our community.
So let's end it
Thank you
here.
for caring and telling us what you think.
All right, so I mean, from the looks of it, it looks fantastic. I like it so far. I am gonna buy this game. and it's really cool. I mean, like I've had a different opinion before, but now that's completely changed. So anyways, that's pretty much it, my opinion that I wanted to give. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, post them down below as well. Any criticisms, whatever. If you agree with me or not, I'd like to hear it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next comic panel.